Buying into cannabis companies can be confusing, not just because restrictions on the market are slowly loosening. With the recent legalization in Canada, the nature of the market is changing. And you may be left wondering exactly what a company works for. If you want to invest in a marijuana company, there are some things you need to know. What business are they in? To start, you should know there are dozens of companies that haven't brought a product to market yet, and analysts expect some to die off. There are 6 major cannabis companies you should keep an eye on. 5 are traded in Canada and 1 is traded in Great Britain. These companies produce thousands of kilograms of cannabis every single quarter. As the market opens up in Canada, companies will begin to focus on either medical cannabis or recreational cannabis. It was only very recently that the market opened up for recreational use, so it will be a while before we know what companies will succeed in the recreational space. Keep in mind that some companies may have no interest in pursuing the recreational market and may look more like a traditional pharma company than a weed business. How much cannabis are they growing and at what cost? Analysts expect companies to be able to sell much more than they are currently producing, so you'll want to pay attention to how much they plan to grow in the future. In each major company's quarterly reports, it breaks down how much pot it has grown and how much it has sold. Because it's a brand new market, there is no standardized way to report how much a product costs to produce versus how much it's sold for. And Canadian regulators are not happy with the current per gram cost reporting. Expect that to change in coming years. What are the company's energy costs? Marijuana is a plant that requires a ton of sunlight, which isn't always reliable in the Great White North. That means companies are building their own facilities and using a ton of energy to provide the sunlight needed for the crops. What supply agreements do they have? Cannabis companies have been building agreements to supply weed to places around the world where medical marijuana is legal. Production companies have agreements with each Canadian province, and these agreements are crucial in determining where the money will come from. Each deal is slightly different, but all sales are regulated through Health Canada, a federal ministry that grants certificates to grow weed. Details are hard to come by, so expect more to come out in future months. Here's the bottom line. The opening of the recreational weed market has spurred an arms race among marijuana companies to create new products, new software to track the product, and new ways of growing the crop. Try to find a company that develops the best technologies, and you should be set.